All right, this is a little bit of a departure in the middle of this poetry collection. It is a play on Bailey's Strand, a play. This is by William Butler Yeats. The persons of the play: Cuchulainn, the king of Merthyr, Concobar, the high king of Ulad, Daer, a king, Fintain, a blind man, Barak, a fool, a young man, young kings and old kings. Scene: a great hall by the sea, close to Dundalgan. There are two great chairs on either side of the hall, each raised a little from the ground, and on the back of one of the chairs is carved and painted a woman with a fish's tail, and on the back of the other a hound. There are smaller chairs and benches raised in tiers round the walls. There is a great ale vat at one side near a small door, and a large door at the back, through which one can see the sea. Barak, a tall, thin man with long, ragged hair, dressed in skins, comes in at the side door. He is leading Fintain, a blind man who is somewhat older. Barak: I will shut the door, for this wind out of the sea gets into my bones, and if I leave but an inch for the wind, there is one like a flake of sea frost that might come into the house. What is his name, fool? It's a Barak. It's a woman from among the riders of the Cid. It's Bohan herself from the river. She has left the Dagda's bed and gone through the salt of the sea and up here to the strand of the Bale, and all for the love of me. Let her keep her husband's bed, for she'll have none of me. Nobody knows how lecherous these goddesses are. I see her in every kind of shape, but oftener than not she's in the wind and cries, give a kiss and put your arms about me. But no, she'll have no more of me. Yesterday, when I put out my lips to kiss her, there was nothing there but the wind. She's bad, Fintain. Oh, she's bad. I had better shut the big door too. He goes towards the big door, but turns, hearing Fintain's voice. Fintain: who has been feeling about with his stick? Who has been feeling about with a stick? What's this and this? Barak: they are chairs. Fintain: and this? Barak: why, that's a bench. Fintain: and this? Barak: a big chair. Fintain, feeling the back of the chair: there is a sea woman carved upon it. Barak: and there is another big chair on the other side of the hall. Fintain: lead me to it. He mutters while the fool is leading him. That is what the high king Concobar has on his shield. The high king will be coming. They have brought out his chair. He begins feeling the back of the other chair. And there is a dog's head on this. They have brought out our master's chair. Now I know what the horse boys were talking about. We must not stay here. The kings are going to meet here. Now that Concobar and our master, that is his chief man, have put down all the enemies of Ulad, they are going to build up Emain again. They are going to talk over their plans for building it. Were you ever in Concobar's town before it was burnt? Oh, he is a great king. For though Emain was burnt down, every war has made him richer. He has gold and silver dishes, and chessboards and candlesticks made of precious stones. Fool, have they taken the top from the ale vat? Barak: they have. Fintain: then bring me a horn of ale quickly, for the kings will be here in a minute. Now I can listen. Tell me what you saw this morning. Barak: about young men and the fighting? Fintain: yes. Barak: and after that we can go and eat the fowl, for I am hungry. Fintain: time enough. You're in as great a hurry as when you brought me to Ain seat, where the mad dogs gather when the moon's at the full. Go on with your story. Barak: I was creeping under a ditch with the fowl at my leather bag, keeping to the shore when the farmer could not see me, when I came upon a ship drawn up upon the sands, a great red ship with a woman's head upon it. Fintain: a ship out of Elf's country. They all have a woman's head on the bow. Barak: There was a young man with a pale face and red hair standing beside it. Some of our people came up whose turn it was to guard the shore. I heard them ask the young man his name. He said he was under bonds not to tell it. Then words came between them, and they fought, and the young man killed half of them, and the others ran away. Fintain. It matters nothing to us, but he has come at last. Beric. Who has come? Fintain. I know who that young man is. There is not another like him in the world. I saw him when I had my eyesight. Beric. You saw him? Fintain. I used to be in Eilif's country when I had my eyesight. Beric. That was before you went on shipboard and were blinded for putting a curse on the wind? Fintain. Queen Eilif had a son that was red-haired and pale-faced like herself, and everyone said that he would kill Culkin some day, but I would not have that spoken of. Beric. Nobody could do that. Who was his father? Fintain. Nobody but Eilif knew that, not even he himself. Beric. Not even he himself? Was Eilif a goddess and lecturess? Fintain. I overheard her telling that she never had but one lover, and that he was the only man who overcame her in battle. There were some who thought him one of the riders of the Seed, because the child was great of limb and strong beyond others. The child was begotten over the mountains. But come nearer, and I will tell you something. Beric. You have thought something? Fintain. When I hear the young girls talking about the color of Colquhoun's eyes and how they have 7 colors, I have thought about it. That young man has Eilif's face and hair, but he has Colquhoun's eyes. Beric. How can he have Colquhoun's eyes? Fintain. He is Colquhoun's son. Beric. And his mother has sent him hither to fight his father. Fintain. It is all quite plain. Colquhoun went into Eilif's country when he was a young man that he might learn skill in arms, and there he became Eilif's lover. Beric. And now she hates him because he went away and has sent the son to kill the father. I knew she was a goddess. Fintain. And she never told him who his father was, that he might do it. I have thought it all out, fool. I know a great many things because I listen when nobody is noticing, and I keep my wits awake. What ails you now? Beric. I have remembered that I am hungry. Well, forget it again. And I will tell you about Eilif's country. It is full of wonders. There are a great many queens there who can change themselves into wolves and swine and to white hares. And when they are in their own shapes, they are stronger than almost any man. And there are young men there who have cat's eyes. And if a bird chirrup or a mouse squeak, they cannot keep them shut even though it is bedtime. And they sleepy. And listen, for this is a great wonder, a very great wonder. There is a long, narrow bridge, and when anybody goes to cross it, that the queens do not like, it flies up as if this bench would if you were to sit upon the end of it. Everybody who goes there to learn skill in arms had to cross it, and it was that country too that Colquhoun got his spear made out of dragon bones. There were 2 dragons fighting in the foam of the sea, and the grand dam was the moon, and the 6 queens came along the shore. Beric. I won't listen to your story. Fintain. It is a very wonderful story. Wait till you hear what the 6 queens did. Their right hands were all made of silver. Beric. No, I will have my dinner first. You have eaten the fowl I left in front of the fire. The last time you sent me to steal something, you made me forget all about it till you had eaten it up. Fintain. No, there's plenty for both of us. Beric. Come with me where it is. Fintain, who is being led towards the door at the back by Beric. Oh, it is all right. It is in a safe place. Beric. It is a fine fowl. It was the biggest in the yard. Fintain. It had a good smell, but I hope that the wild dogs have not smelt it. Voices are heard outside the door at the side. Here's our master. Let us stay and talk with him. Perhaps Colquhoun will give you a new cap with a feather. He told me that he would give you a new cap with a feather with an eye that looks at you. A peacock's feather. Beric. No. He begins pulling Fintain towards the door. Fintain. If you do not get it now, you may never get it, for the young man may kill him. Beric. No, no, I am hungry. What a head you have, blind man. Who but you would have remembered that the hen wife slept for a little at noon every day? Fintain, who is being led along very slowly and unwillingly. Yes, I have a good head. The fowl should be done just right, but one never knows when a wild dog may come out of the woods. They go out through the big door at the back, and as they go out, Colkane and a certain young kings come in at the side door. Colkane, though still young, is a good deal older than the others. They are all very gaily dressed and have their hair fastened with balls of gold. The young men crowd about Colkane with wondering attention.